And welcome back to 96.1 Styling, Pure Adrenaline. It is 9 o'clock and we're just trucking through the night here looking for some hot cocoa. That's what we're doing.
Hot cocoa.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Starbucks hot cocoa?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Neither did my kids. If I go to Starbucks, I'm getting coffee, but no, neither one of my kids liked it. They're like, this tastes like water. And I think the one time I ended up wearing it thanks to my youngest. So, other than that, let's move on to something fun and exciting.
Fun and exciting. Well, let's see.
Are you making Thanksgiving dinner?
No. Well, I'll have Thanksgiving dinner, but I'm not doing anything major.
You know, it sounds good as pork chop or like barbecue or something like that, and just leave it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's interesting because, looking up some stuff, they're saying that Thanksgiving is not as popular as it used to be. And I find that interesting, but it's more of a gathering of people. Well, what the hell was it before? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very interesting.
I don't know. Last year, I went out with some friends, and the friend was the bartender. And let's just say I don't remember how I made it home.
Oh, really?
And I do. Yeah, I have not been that messed up in a long time. But they had great entertainment out of it. And then I woke up and I even came to work to do stuff. And they're like, "You're awake?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Are you hungover?" I'm like, "No, I puked in the shower." They're like, "Oh, okay." I got really fucked up. Really fucked up. They call it skate giving or some shit like that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, Thanksgiving this year, it'll probably be like last year. It's just that one time of the year that I just kind of like to be left alone. And I know that sounds weird, and
you've always been like that.
Well, I used to not be like that because I used to go to my grandma's house, and then I would have big Thanksgiving dinners over at my house, and and all this other stuff. But nowadays that I'm single and this and this and no kids, and it's not depressing or anything. I just want to be left the fuck alone. And it's like, Black Friday shopping. Nah, I ain't doing that. I did that with my ex-wife years ago, and if I want something, I'm just gonna go out and buy it. I ain't gonna fight for it at the store. I mean, um, it's like I know a lot of people think it's odd that whole weekend I just want to be left alone, and then I come back with the mindset for Christmas, and so yeah. Now, speaking of Christmas, my condo is already decorated almost for. I don't have the tree up, but I got to jump start early this year, people. I screwed up Halloween, didn't get anything up for Halloween, but I sure the hell got all the snowman stuff up. The snowman stuff never left my condo. That's the problem. It just went into one of the spare bedrooms, and I was supposed to box it all up. But the beginning of this year, man, it was nuts, man. I mean, with the wildfire in California taking out our distribution center, tornado, it hit my shop, and
losing your mom.
My mom passing away, and then dealing with all her shit, and it's the beginning of the year was real bad for me, and I appreciate the fans and all you listeners that were right there with me for that. But yeah, I mean, like last year, my mom wanted me to come over for Thanksgiving, and I just wasn't interested. I had turkey and stuff for myself and for the pugs, and sat around, watched TV, and just wanted to be left the hell alone, And what a lot of people don't understand is I'm so busy with business every day and doing the radio and everything. I've got so much on my plate, it's unreal. And it's like, it's just nice to chill out for a couple of days. Some people's like, well, why don't you go on vacation? Well, that's like the wrong time of year to fly somewhere, okay? So, because everybody's flying somewhere for Thanksgiving. But yeah, I just kind of chill the hell out, get ready for PRI, you know. this, and this. You know, look at my list of who I got to buy Christmas presents for, and you know, everybody does something a little bit different. However, they do say, and what I've been reading, and it's very interesting that you know, even Thanksgiving food, turkey is not the main thing that people want nowadays. You know,
What are they? What are they wanting?
lasagna or chicken or barbecue or you know stuff like
See,
that.
we did that like for Christmas. We always had a ham, but like when we all started having kids and going different places, and we did Thanksgiving, my dad always barbecued.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. Even for like the last holiday I got with my dad was Easter, and we had a fish fry. Like I fried fish. Me and my dad fried, catfish for Easter, and then we had like a family thing a couple weeks later, and we barbecued. So it's what it is this year, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just kind of what it is. And, you know, everybody kind of celebrates stuff different. And, you know,
Okay, so here's my question: when you did do your holidays, or when you did Thanksgiving, when did you put the food up?
mm,
So do you have a spread that people can eat, graze, or whatever, like chips, like the dill dip in the rye bread, stuff like that? Or is it one of those things that you eat, you're done, and that's over?
well, it just depends, I guess. I mean, like when I would have people come over to my house, of course, we would watch the Macy's Day Parade. And then, you know, the dog show, of course. And then people would start showing up around 2 or whatever. And we eat about 3. Um, Food generally stayed out to about 7 or so. 7, 8. It just depends on who was over at the house and what we were doing. Sometimes we'd have a bonfire. Sometimes, you know, it just really, really fucking depends, you know. I mean, um, on what we were doing. And then, you know, the kids would have their friends over and stuff. And, you know, we just have a big gathering and this, and this. And then, you know, it's interesting because, like, I think about 9 o'clock at night is when all the Christmas shit comes out. You know, it's like, damn, they just hit us earlier every year. You know, and you know, that's pretty much what it is. But like, you know, we'd always have that big loaf of bread thing with the dill and all that in it, and then we'd have you know, appetizer wise, we have like this bean dip casserole stuff that was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the Frito scoops for that, you know. So, you know, we'd have some Watergate salad, and then, you know, you'd have all your other stuff, you know, pumpkin pie and pecan pie. And matter of fact, I got a pumpkin pie at my house. Yeah, I know you're not a big fan of pumpkin pie.
I mean, my favorite is definitely lemon meringue, but nobody can make it like Grandma. So
Yeah.
She started giving me lemon meringue pies when I turned 13
Mm-hmm.
for my birthday. I didn't have cake. I had lemon meringue pie. She was definitely a woman of, definitely a different kind of breed there, that woman.
Yeah, there ain't no kidding about that.
I mean, she could make you a mean pie and then go put a lawnmower together because you needed it.
Yep. Yep, she could. She could, that is for sure. That is faux show. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at stuff right here of all the Black Friday sales that they're already advertising. And yeah, it's about that time they should be advertising it. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody get their Black Friday in, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah, I see seen something else that was interesting. They're having this St. Louis singles thing is they're having a raffle for guys for Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
And since I am an eligible bachelor, they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be in it. And they said, the girl that's putting it on, she goes, well, you could fetch some good money. And I was like, I don't know, man. I mean, like, you know, be sold at auction like livestock.
I mean, you could probably bring some good money.
Yeah, they do this charity thing, and it's kind of cool. I mean,
But here's a question: if you get auctioned off, the person that buys you, do they get to plan what you're doing, or?
that part I don't know. Like, that's what I'm worried about. So, yeah, I haven't agreed to it yet, but it seems like it would be a good fun time for charity, and it is, that holiday weekend. So.
Mm.
So yeah, we'll have to see. I will let everybody know if I'm doing it or not. Let's put it that way. And you know, this isn't the first time I've been auctioned off. So like, I did one of these before. Actually, I did it twice. The first time was fun. The second time was absolutely horrible.
Why was it horrible?
It just, well, this drunk girl won, and she wanted to do the date thing right then and there, and oh my lord, it was just, you know, you ever been on a date with somebody so drunk that you couldn't talk to them?
No.
But I will say this. The girl did call a few days later and apologize and offered to go on a sober date. And, I kind of regret it because I wish I would have done it. But I told her no, I wasn't interested. And, like,
If you weren't interested, then why would you feel bad about not doing it?
well, because, some people in life can make an ass out of themselves, you know what I'm saying? And I think this person was pretty sincere by that, and they were embarrassed. Well, we got thrown out of 2 restaurants, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I'm not a big drinker, I don't really drink, so, I'm more of an observer, so. But on that note, guys, we're gonna go right back into music. You're listening to Pure Adrenaline only on Styling Radio. We'll be right back.